Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's up, party people? Sorry for the hour delay. Although, I don't know, maybe some people are like, we like this. West Coast people might be feeling it. Maybe you normally have an early meeting. This is more beneficial for you. I know we already heard the hate from no dunks, no, I'm just kidding. But I apologize for doing just moving the schedule around. A couple of things. So I from the beginning was planning on doing like a mega show today, doing it for a few hours. And my sinuses were not cooperating, still a little under the weather, but we fight through, we persevere. So we're going to have a little 2-hour mega show, mega stream this morning, as today's the last day, people. So today is the last day to get involved with our Team Hold oversubscribe, baby. So you can find a link there in the show notes. And I'll say, too, I'm not afraid to say it. We are already up a hundo already this morning, all right? We're up a hundo already, 16,844. We're up to 60 investors. That's bonkers. We'll talk more about that. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat? Snoops is here, GM, sir. Common Man's here. We got Snoopaloop. We got Jump Shoot. We got Stubbs. We got Stubbs again. We got Sean Grant in the house. Let's go. Mike Bass and Fenny. Jay Blaze is here. Homie. Boston Base. You know what's amazing about this Boston Base is like you're doing a joke here because it's funny and we'll explain the joke. But I wanna show you something. Bang, you are the first entrant into the giveaway. I had already put that together. So we'll do some giveaways today. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Team Hold. We got Botavine here, Milo's here. Yeah, we're going to be busking on the streets this morning. Coach Stark's here. Boylan, this was a good callback to the chat GPT. Mac Attack, there better be singing like we are. Yeah, we are. Well, yesterday, we had one day more. So you'll get some singing probably. Snoopaloop's here. Drink some of that Fireball to clear out the sinuses. I had to tell you, I won't even say it. I'm not even going to say what's going on with the sinuses, but it's not great. Al Apez, Matic Otto's here. We've got Weisberg in the house, Boston Base. Also, we should shut up Boston Base a little bit more too. Yeah, he was saying Tandy got robbed in the poll. Let's do a quick poll update. Let's see how the poll's going. I got to say, this is one of those things where I think it's absolutely ridiculous. We shouldn't do polls like this. Boston Base, I hope you get a bunch of engagement and followers out of it. That being said, I don't want to lose stuff. So that's why I pushed other. I thought other was the right way to go. If you guys haven't voted yet, it looks like this is the first time we're checking it this morning. Looks like we still have a slim lead here. We get a slim. Zakarian's up 32%. Others in second place with 27. Triticus with 26. And I agree with Stan here. The real mistake here in this poll, I just dropped the link in the chat, so go get your votes in. The real mistake here is that Tandy got screwed. Tandy got absolutely washed there, and it's not okay. Who else? Anybody else in the chat rolling through? I've seen a bunch of Team Holds. No Dog today. He'll be here. The dog's chilling. He got up a little bit earlier because we had to get people walking around. Who else? We got Arnie's in the house as well. So here's what we're gonna do. As we saw with the giveaway, I'll put. So we're gonna at least give away a couple of Top Shot moments and a So Rare moment. I will say a So Rare card, excuse me, good Lord, a card. If we get up over 17K, we'll make them at least a rare. Oh, we're up over 17K. We got a guaranteed rare Top Shot moment and a guaranteed rare, guaranteed rare Top Shot moment, a guaranteed rare So Rare card. That's what I was just going to say. So we'll double up. We'll give away, if we get up over 18K, we'll give away 2 rare cards, 2 rare moments. So there you go. Looks like 15K more eyes on those 3 names is a good thing. That's true, Boston Base. Boston Base, did you get any followers out of this? Did you get any followers? I hope you did. But here's what we're going to do for the show. So we are going to talk, some basketball for the first hour and just kind of mess around. Oh, is that you, Sean Grant? Let's go. We'll love to see it. This is what we are going to do today. We're going to talk some hoops, but then at 11 o'clock, baby, we're going to have Peter and Jay from Oversubscribe come on and talk a little bit about what they're doing behind the scenes, why this is good for business, why this is good for me, why this is good for you, why this is good for them, why this is good for everybody. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Mike going to give away that series Zion with the Top Shot of 200K. Yeah, dude. Hey, also, first of all, congrats to everybody. We all moved on to the round of 32. Some people are saying Top Shot made a mistake. I disagree. I think this was a marketing ploy to the millennial and Gen Z generation. I think they wanted to get more people involved in the platform. And what better way to do that than to say everyone gets a trophy? Everyone is in the top 32. I loved it. Also, I know there was like some chatter. If you were really upset about this, I think you're crazy. If you were really mad about the email fiasco yesterday, I think you're a crazy person. If you're yelling at people, I think you're crazy. I thought it was the best. I thought that was just straight comedy. I'm here for the comedy. If anything, it was just another point of emphasis on communication, and maybe they laid off too many people. That's what I would say. Yeah, was that really happening where people demanded? That's crazy. That is crazy talk. I just thought it was hilarious. Like the second I got the email, I was like, Top Shot is back, baby. Top Shot is back. I thought it was great. I had no qualms about that. I was having a good time. Yeah, if you get mad about the email, don't stick around. That's not the worst you'll see. It's my money and I want it now. Is that a Peachtree commercial? What's the Peachtree lending? I don't know. What's that? I forget what that commercial is. That's a good one, though. That is a good one. Yeah, I think we should have fun with it. I think we can make fun of it. I think we can't get real mad, though. If you get big mad over this, then it's the boy who cried wolf. Because then when you should get big mad, like the stuff that I've gotten big mad about. J.G. Wentworth. Oh, that's great. I know, exactly. Like, I think I burned just enough to get in there. Also, to explain the Team Holt, let's remind the people, like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Team Holt. Also, do me a favor, go share this stream. Let's get more people up in here. The Team Holt thing was great because for those that don't know, I think I can find it in my Twitter mentions here. For those that don't know, let's see, where is it? Is it in here? Yes, there it is. So we did a promoted campaign for Underdog. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Sign up using promo code HOLD, HOLD. And I shot a couple of videos. You might have seen them like on TikTok or wherever. Bandy was in one of them actually, which was great. And they said the caption says from Team Holt, which is hilarious. And I just keep thinking of Steve Holt from Arrested Development, which is awesome. But yeah, so shout out Team Holt. That's why that's going to be the giveaway for today. We'll have fun with that. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. Yeah, see, I told you there's going to be singing today, Neil Diamond Hands. Don't you worry. Yeah, so shout out Team Holt there. Was that all in the same campaign? Yeah. Let's see how many votes. Dude, you've had 609 votes. Take out the 0. That's 69. Nice. That's very impressive. I should get a tattoo of like number one. Yeah, in honor of Succession coming back. Number one boy. 1877 Cars for Kids. I have a bunch of jokes on Cars for Kids on Twitter somewhere. I don't know where they are. I believe those kids are being held hostage. I'll tell you what, we'll drop a fucking bacon today. We'll do it. That's how you know Top Shot is back, baby. We're playing bacon videos. All right, so you guys, I think today's going to go off the rails. There's not enough games to, wow, what Weisberg, what's going on? Is that real in the chat there? Are we going to this is going to turn into a serial podcast. We're going to check that out. Also, Tandy, you still in the chat? Tandy's got the Doucette Bros. The Doucette Bros, or as Tony would say, the Douchette Bros, on the pod this week. That's exciting, Tandy. That is cool. Let's you guys want to get into some of the basketball from last night? This show really will go off the rails today. We don't have enough to talk about. Like we just don't. We just don't. There he is. Look at Tandy. What a hot ass right there, Tandy. All right, let's get into some hoopy hoops. Let's dive in, as they say. All right, let's dive in. We've got here we go. First game. Feed me your questions if you got them. Yeah, ask them. No, I don't have anything. All right, let's go. Hornets beat the Pacers, baby. That was the game of the night. Charlotte 115, Pacers 109. Miles Turner dropped to 20-7. Buddy Hield 20-4. Gordon Hayward, he had 22. Rozier with 23. Kelly Oubs with 28. I could not give a shit about that game. I really couldn't. Joseph said, I'm a Canadian. Is there any way? You know what, Joseph? We're going to keep that conversation going. At 11. I don't think there's anything that I could say to you or put in writing on how to do it. I believe there's like these, this is like a crowdfunding regulation that we have here in the United States that allows us to do this. And some other countries as well have it. In Canada, for some reason, is like nish, we'll give you free healthcare, but you can't support YouTube creators. Okay. So I'm sure there are some workarounds, none that I can say though. I don't think, and I'm sorry, because I want your Canadian dollars, baby. I want your Canadian dollars. But yeah, anyways, Hornets beat the Pacers. Who cares? I don't. I tell you what, I don't. Bulls beat the Sixers, though. Bulls and the Sixers giving us a little throwback 90s action, right? Some double OT, only people scoring like 109 points total, right? 109-105. Bulls get the W. Bulls are red hot, right? 2 big dubs over the weekend. Another W here. It's the first time that I think they've beaten Embiid. I forget the no dunks conversation that was had. We get some new people in the chat. We got Winston's here. I mean, Cameron's up in the streets. But anyways, DDR, Mr. DeMar DeFrozen, 25-8. He's strung together a few great games too. Bucci Mane with a 21-12. We had Zach LaVibe. He had 26-7. Embiid just continuing to tell us that he is the most valuable player with 37-15. But to be fair, this is what we said to Jokic last week. Oh, nice triple-double in a loss, though, bro. 37-11. Try winning a game. You're soft. So same thing for Embiid, dude. Nice 37-15. You lost to the Bulls, Embiid. So nice try. Bulls don't want Orlando getting a lottery pick. I know. Well, Orlando will get their own, right? But yeah, they'll probably get. Also, they have to get out of the play-in game, though, right? Yeah, Go said last night 12-0. 12-0. Well, 12-1, bitch. So Maxey had 22-5. Harden had 5 points, 12 dimes, and 7 boards. He went 2 for 14 shooting. So open up your eyes, playoff Harden. Mike, we need your input into happy wife, happy life. Oh my God. I honestly, no, I don't even want to make fun of them because according to they're bringing in all of these new users. So that's what I saw on the Discord. They're bringing in happy wife, happy life, but they are bringing in the new users. So shout out B2B, baby. They're keeping Top Shot alive. Was that a Bill Burr voice? Maybe that was a Bill Burr voice. That's usually not my go-to Bill Burr impression, but yeah, that's great. I'll take it. All right, great win for Chicago, though. We'll look at the standings in a little bit. I missed the overtimes. I blew through. Are you guys watching Poker Face on the Peacock? On the cock? You guys watching Poker Face? Natasha Lyonne. It's Ryan Johnson's new show. It's not even that new. I guess it's been out for like a month or so. It's awesome. I'm in on Poker Face. In on Natasha. I've always been a Natasha Lyonne fan. It's good though. It's a little bit of a throwback. It's like a week-to-week mystery thriller that has with a little comedy in it that has like an overarching thing. I'm in on Poker Face. I don't know if people are watching it. I don't know if people pay for the cock. But Peacock's got some good programming. I know PPE does. All right. Anyways, Wolves Knicks, 1,000,000 points scored. 1,000,000 points were scored between the Wolves and the Knicks last night. Minnesota, no Ant-Man. Oh, tomorrow's Ted Lasso Day. That's true. Yeah, Minnesota, no Ant-Man, No Carl Anthony Towns. Actually, let's go. Let's do a step further. We need to give Borland some love. Aaron Borland Day. Aaron Borland yesterday during Live Before Lock, maybe like 20 minutes before Şengün was ruled out. Şengün is questionable with a little tummy ache. And then they go, and he says, Şengün is going to be out. Şengün is out. I was like, nice try, dude. Not a chance. Şengün was out. He called it. Then he also called Torian Prince having a game. Torian Prince dropped 35 in MSG last night. He also said he thinks Karl Anthony Towns is going to be back this week. There you go. All right. Top Shot Comment says Peacock is EPL for me. Rest is garbage. All right. Nope. No. Poker Face is really good. The Resort. Common Man, you got to check out The Resort. The Resort is really good. William Jackson Harper, Christian Milotti. It's a really good show. Those two were great. Also, we did watch. We watched the Pitch Perfect bumper thing, and that actually ended up having fun. Anyways, Wolves. Prince dropped 35 and 5. Mike Conley with 24 and 11. Julius Randle. So you didn't like The Resort? Get the out of here, Milo. I enjoy it. Okay. So I want to talk about Randle for a second. Let's get the drop. Let's get that drop for big baby. What's regular season Randle?
Regular season Randle.
So Randle dropped 57 and 4 last night, but I just want to say I tuned in. I checked in the third quarter. Saw he had 50 points, but my favorite thing was it was like 50 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists. Like, I love that. I love the idea my man took like 20-something shots. He actually had a good shooting night, too. It wasn't like he went – sorry, I had to pop my ears. It wasn't like he went full Kobe and just took like 80 shots. He had a pretty good game. But it was so funny to see 50 and 1. Brunson had 23 and 10, quickly had 19 off the bench. I don't know how the Knicks lost this game. They just decided not to play defense. 274 points scored in that game. Crazy. Conley with the late turnover under 15 seconds left that made the game closer than it needed to be. True. Yeah, it was great. I love watching the Knicks. Let's do regular season Randle again. But before we do it, Bing Bong!
Regular season Randle.
Yeah, McDaniels has been balling too. That's another Borland call. Borland was calling it earlier. Yeah, McDaniels has been great. Strung together like 4 or 5 games in a row. He's been fire. Warriors beat the Rockets. This was weird. This was a close game at one point. Rockets had like a 5-point lead at half. And then like in the third quarter, it was like tied at some points, but they ended up pulling away in the fourth. Curry had 37 and 5. Curry went down too. It was a weird play where Poole had this insane shot. It looked like Curry tripped over him or kicked Jordan Poole or something, and left the game briefly. He was like hobbling around. He ended up coming back, so everything was fine. But hey, congrats to Golden State. They got a road win, road Warriors now. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson dropped 29 and 7. Kuminga had 17 off the bench. There was no Şengün and Tyrese in his place. Let's take some so rare W's, okay? I didn't play any of these guys, but we talked about Eason just being an incredible play with no Şengün. And he did. He hammered him 21 and 12. Jabari Smith, too, again, continues to like bring in these double-doubles, 17 and 11. And then Jalen Green, who was questionable, ended up playing, smashed it with 20. When does Aaron Borland replace you on Live Before Lock? Dude, any day. I would love, honestly, I want to take your money and oversubscribe and then just shut it down. Although I signed some stuff that legally I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Sean says, I always take the Knicks on the road and against them at home. They are the reverse Bucks Warriors. That's great. Yeah. Warriors went on the road before Mike's Wi-Fi becomes stable. Mike, you know what's bullshit about this, man? Is that you just jinxed it because we're 20 minutes in and the Wi-Fi has been crisp, okay? So how dare you? How dare you, Mike? Anyways, yeah, Warriors, I still am not trusting the Warriors, but they get a couple of tough ones coming up. I think they have the Mavericks later this week and still no Luka last night. We're about to talk about the Mavs now. Let's just, what a transition. How about a segue, bitch? Memphis. I'm swearing a lot this morning. I'm sorry. I drank 3 cups of black coffee this morning. And not that oat milk makes it less caffeinated, but it does feel like it hits different when I have it black. I feel like I mainlined it, It's like freebase in black coffee. Will Houston ever learn to play defense? Great question, Mac. No, not with this squad. Not this team's broken. New Swami says Lakers are greater than the Warriors. Yeah, two Lakers and Warriors, two teams that a lot of people will talk about, and they won't be playing in the playoffs. Jabari Smith and Tari Eason, rookie moments getting burned now to complete an Anthony Davis challenge, says Sean Grant. There we go. Scarcity, baby. All right, Memphis won again without Ja Morant. So for those that weren't paying attention, Ja back with the team, reinstated, suspension lifted, didn't play last night. It sounds like he might get some run on Wednesday. They have him likely to play, I believe. So that's pretty exciting. Kyrie dropped 28-4 in the loss. Christian Wood had 29-6. Jane Hardy still cooking off the bench. That's like a good long-term bull signal for the Mavs. Had 20-4 off the bench. Triple J, though, leading the way with 28-4. And then Santi Aldama. Santi Aldama had 22-14. Nice little double-double for him. We are still eating oatmeal? No, oat milk. Oat milk. Oat milk. Mavs on Wednesday, Philly on Friday. So there we go. Some tough games. Dude, Memphis, man. Listen, we were kind of saying like, oh, remember they're better without Ja. They're still not better without Ja, but it is impressive that they have continued to hang tough. You know what I'm saying? They've like, I thought they were going to lose a little bit more, and they haven't. They've been staying with it, which is like pretty fun to see. Oh baby, 17,444. We are up. We're up. I feel like we've made 600 since this stream has started. We're at 64%. Just a reminder, ready? Just a reminder. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Team Holt into the chat because we're going to be giving away stuff, okay? But like I said, we're giving away one rare Top Shot moment, one rare So Rare card. If we get this up over 18K, baby, so I can't do that math. What's that, 566? If that gets up over 18K, we double it. We'll put two rare moments, two NBA Top Shot. 2 rare cards, 2 rare moments. So there you go. Throw that in there. Let's go. You can find it. It's the pin chat, baby. It's that sweet, sweet pin chat. Can I show it? I don't know how to show it. So there we go. We love to see it. All right, let's go back over to what was I doing? Okay, so yeah, anyways, good win for Memphis. We got one game left. 23 minutes in. What are we going to do for the next hour and a half? Don't look now, but I'm currently 5th in the Joker, man. All right, Mac Attack. What do you win for that, by the way? Because it can't be more Jokers anymore. Sold out. All right, Jazz and the Kangs. Dude, so this is where the So Rare W's come in. Because if you did watch Live Before Lock, we're talking about our favorite plays. Our favorite plays from the Jazz. Because we knew Lauri Markkanen was out. We knew Jordan Clarkson was out. We knew the sex god, Colin Sexton, was out. And I was saying my 3 favorite plays were Kelly Olynyk, Agbaji, and Chris Dunn, but he doesn't have a card. But we were saying THT. Oh, actually, I don't remember what THT's game was last night. I didn't write him down. THT died. Oh, let's play the drop. I don't even care what his game was. We're playing the drop. All right, THT only had a 10, 6, and 4, so it wasn't that impressive. But Kelly Olynyk, 19 points, 10 boards, 8 dimes. Chris Dunn had 18 and 10. But Agbaji, baby. Agbaji, who we used to put in the cardio club, just got some exercise in, played some defense, went for 27 real points, 27 and 5 for Agbaji on the Kang side of things. Fox dropped 37 and 7. Sabone with a little Kyle Anderson. We're at 11 points, 12 boards, 9 dimes. And then Keegan Murray had a really solid game, 22 and 6. But with the Jazz, getting the W, that means the Kangs lose. Memphis got the W. Memphis back into second place. We'll look at the standings here in a second. Chris Dunn, yeah, shout out Providence kid. Providence coach, I forget his name. He just got hired by the Hoyas of Georgetown after getting knocked out. All right, let's look at the standings, see what's cooking. All right, let me blow it up now. Uh-oh. My computer's being slow again. All right, so we got the Bucks with a 2.5 game lead. With the Sixers L, Sixers and Celtics are now tied in the loss column. So, and the Celtics have played one more game, so they have one more dub. Ed Cooley, there we go. Since they have one more dub, Celtics have a half game lead on the Sixers for the 2 seed. The Celtics, I forget who they play tonight. We'll see in a little bit. Sixers, they're third, obviously, and then we get Cavs and Knicks, 4-5 seed. The Nets still holding on. They got a 1-game lead against Miami. We already talked about them playing each other later this week. And then Hawks, Raps, Bulls. Look at the Bulls, though. 6-4 in their last 10. Winners of 3 in a row. Half game behind the Raps. Only 1 game behind the Hawks. So this 8, 9, 10. Getting a little feisty now. All right, what else we got here? Who cares about this stuff? In the West, the Nuggets have a 3.5 game lead over the Grizz, who creeping back into it. Kang's now a full game behind the Grizz in the 3 seed. That seeding is going to be important as we look at the standings. And then Suns right now still have a half game lead over the Clips. With the Warriors winning, the Mavs lost. The Warriors now have a half game lead, but the same time in the loss column. So the Warriors are now in the 6th seed. Mavs in the 7th seed. And then look at this. Wolves, Thunder, Jazz. All a half game back behind the Mavs. Woo, baby. And then we've got the Thunder and Clippers playing each other twice this week. Lakers a half game. Right now, the Lakers are out of the playoffs, and that is hilarious. We'd love to see it. Also, we got right there, Weisberg saying, Celts and Kangs. Watch it tonight on the Team Hold Playback. You can find a link to that right in the description, baby. Bulls are coming back. The Bulls are coming back. Let's take a look at the standings here. Let's look at the standings. So the schedule for tonight. Waiting for tonight. Woo! There you go. Neil Diamond Hands wanted singing, and that's what you're getting. So Thursday, we got Washington and Orlando. Ooh, that's a spicy matchup. Everyone's tuning in for that. You got a half hour just garbage basketball, but then don't worry about it. Pistons and Hawks. Awesome. Cleveland, Brooklyn, though. That's like sneaky a fun game there because Brooklyn like desperately trying to stay out of that play-in game unless they're going full tank mode, so then get out of the play-in and just get the lottery. San Antonio and New Orleans. That's another game I want to throw up on. Boston and Sacktown. There it is, 10 o'clock, NBA TV. And then OKC and the Clippers. We got 2 sexy games tonight. That's with like real playoff implications. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then just real quick, we'll just look at the spicy ones the rest of the week. Golden State, Dallas tomorrow night. And then Lakers and Phoenix tomorrow night. We also got Minnesota, Atlanta. That's kind of fun. Chicago and Philly play each other again in Chicago. On Thursday, OKC and Clippers. That's the only, and Cleveland, Brooklyn again. And then on Friday, let's see, Golden State and Philly. That'll be spicy. That should be a close game because it's in Golden State and not on the road. Sacktown and Phoenix, OKC, LA. So a lot of good stuff. Coming. Need more J-Lo, I know. Yeah, D-Rose, man, the Lonzo news is so sad. I really feel for Lonzo. I'm glad he got paid. I hope the whatever procedure that they're doing, they're basically doing like a knee replacement, right? Isn't that what they're doing? Or something like that, like a ligament. I don't know what they're doing, but it sounds like he's going to, obviously he's missing the rest of this year, but it sounds like he's going to miss all of next year too, which is basically 2 straight years of no Lonzo basketball, excuse me. So that's a bummer. Let's do another video. What do you guys want to do? Let's do a mental health check. Let's get some Jacob. Hey man, I noticed that some of my Series 2 moments, I spent a lot of money on them and it's not worth as much. So, Jacob, can you make it worth more? There we go. I love it. Also, shout out Jacob. He's back. Jacob is back. After a year of hibernation, we got some connecting and we got some collecting, baby. And he's back. So shout out that. What was that most recent podcast from the old Tree to Kiss? So go make sure I'm excited to tune in. Excited to see what Jacob's got to say, baby. Cartilage replacement. Oh, man. That's brutal. That is brutal. All right, what else? What do we want to do? What do you guys want to talk about? Let's see. Let's remind the people first. We're up to 35 entrants, 44 watching. Like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Team Holt into the chat. Let's see. We're at 1744. Okay, still at 1744. Okay, I'm ready. I want to give like a little Mike Breen bang. Oh, you know what we should talk about last night? A really funny thing happened. I recommend you guys find it on YouTube. I think I did a short of it as well. So last night at the end of the Memphis game, Dylan Brooks goes to dap up Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie had just taken his jersey off. So Dylan Brooks, before he daps him up, he takes his jersey off. And he thinks they're doing a jersey swap. Kyrie's like, that's not what we're doing. It was so funny. It was so funny. So I'm here. I love that. I love seeing that. Borland says it shows more for you. Does it really? Does it really show more for you? That's crazy. D-Rose says, Eth is pumping. Take a little profit and roll it. Oh, dude, is Eth pumping right now? I'm so out of it. I'm so out of it. Yeah. Also, if you guys have questions about the oversubscribed stuff, I know those guys are gonna come on in a half hour. But if you have more questions about it too, fire that in. And if you have invested but you haven't joined, or if you haven't been added to the Discord, because I don't know yet, let me know so I can add you to our little gated community. Oh, that's crazy. I can't see it. It still says 1744 for me. Still says 1744. Let me pull up So Rare too. Let's see how my lineups did. I haven't looked at it yet. And then if you've got some Top Shotty stuff you guys want to talk about too, hit me up with some Top Shot stuff. I'm down to see what's going on. You know, I want to know what's going on with the March Madness. Also, it's weird. It seems like my Wi-Fi is good today, but it's just a little bit slower on my end for like using the interwebs. A little weird. So what happens to the money when you move to Roham's yacht? Ooh, baby, we're gonna be doing a lot of yacht stuff, a lot of yacht content. All right, so here we go. We've got our limited contender. We had KPJ drop a 36. That's fine. TJ McConnell basically hit his projection. Josh Green, Kessler Edwards. Well, Edwards actually his projection. Josh Green was a little bit of a bummer. My limited champion, Kai Jones, only got 10. We got Sabonis will get higher in his next game. He should dominate the Celtics. And then Fox dropped to 63 last night, which was fun. My rare contender, we got Rudy. Rudy dropped 41. Damian Jones, who seemed like a good play, didn't actually get into the game. TJ McConnell with 30. Keegan, though, had 51. Josh Green, again, disappointed. Let's see our play with friends. Let's see what's going on with Team Hold Mega League. Let's see who's winning our limited contender right now. FYI, says regulator, cartilage transplants are rare in pro sports. The procedure is step down from a full replacement. Yeah, there we go. Damn. Is there a possibility to reinvest our dividends when we receive them? That's a great question, Mac Attack. I actually don't think so. I think this is the way this works. I'm pretty sure it's just like a one-time thing that goes on throughout the 3 years. I'm pretty sure you like have to take the dividends. But let's bring that up again. Let's bring that up again at 10 o'clock. At 11 a.m. when the boys are here. Good question, though. All right, let's see. First place right now, we got Lil Thotty. Lil Thotty. Got DeRozan dropped 49 last night. Melton had a great game, by the way. Melton did 52. Abaji with 48. Shante with 49. And Paul Reed got 8. Hey, maybe Embiid sits a game. Detroit Pistons enthusiast has always been at the top of the leaderboard here. Garuba. He dropped 12. McConnell. McDaniels 18. Kelly O with 49. Conley with 59 too. Amun B up in there. See if there's any other names you recognize. Ghostface Drilla in 12th. There we go. Ransom Reed in 14th. Good to see. Good to see everybody cooking. Good to see everybody cooking. I pull up my underdog squad too. That's we're in the finals of underdog. In the dog days of underdog, if you will. We'll check in that. Let me see if that 14. Oops, refresh the wrong thing. Refresh the wrong. Oh, yeah, baby. We're up 50. 17-4-9-4. Let's go. We love to see it. We love to see it. Just a reminder, like the stream, subscribe. Ooh, those are my notes. Hashtag Team Holt. Have you drafted your MLB Commons yet? No, I haven't. We could do that live. Hold on, let me go back to So Rare. Mike So Rarian. I gotta say that most of the time when the community, like the Twitter community, come up with like little bits like that, it's dumb. That was a pretty good one. All right, let's get started. MLB baseball. Draft your team. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. DeGrom. Is everybody just drafting Ohtani? What do we do here? And what's my budget? Do I have a budget? 120. I got 120. Oh, I gotta draft so many bros. Let's go. Let's start here. I'm gonna use most of my stuff here. Where's Ohtani? Can I get Ohtani as a pitcher, as an outfielder? Oh, is he a first baseman? Is that why? I never remember corner infielder. Yeah, there we go. I want Otani. We're gonna use some of my budget on Otani here. How about our? Oh, dude, they're all bad. Common man, they're all bad. They're all bad. We've been running pretty cold. We've been running pretty cold. All right, we're gonna punt pitchers here. So let's see. We got 120 remaining, an average of 11. Who's like a good value, bro? Who's a good value, bro? Let's I want Devers too. I want Devers. Get Devers in here. I'm always gonna play my boy. Play my boy Rafi. Let's find all right. So now we average 10 the rest of the way. Let's find how about Jesus Luzardo? Let's get Luzardo in there and maybe Logan Webb. Now I need a little cheap ass relief pitcher. Cheap ass relief pitcher. Somebody who's a good cheapo. Throw your Woodruff. No, I don't want to play Woodruff. Top Shot comment. How have you been doing on your recent underdog stuff? I really have been ice cold. Let's see. Chris Stratton. How about Stratton? Is Stratton a baller right now? I don't know any of the. I'm not a relief pitcher guy. Oh, Jonathan. Here we go. We'll get some Yankee love. I'll get Lozenberg. All right, now we got to punt some more middle infielders. We need some real cheapos. Some real cheapos right now. Let's see. Nick Ahmed. He was a. All right, Luke Molly. Isn't he a catcher? Is a catcher considered a middle infielder? Nicky. Oh man, this is bad. This is bad news Bears. Bad news Bears. This team sucks. We're in trouble. Jeter Downs. He was a oh god. All right, maybe 8's too low. We might have to punt a little bit more. Let's go back to our second pitcher. Let's get lower here. Alex Wood. How about Alex Wood? Stroman for the Cubs. Oh, German Marquez. I think Marquez is underrated. I do think Marquez is underrated. Oh, it does go lower than that. I could have gone lower. Man. Bumgarner? Steven Matz. Dude, remember when Matz was on the Mets and everybody loved him? Got hooked twice last night. Damn. All right, Miguel Vargas. What position does this bro play? This is so bad. Isn't this good content? It's just me not knowing anybody. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, that was a good pick. Second base, and now we're up to an average of 9. Let's get another cheap ass middle infielder here. Josh Winda. No, I want middle infielder. Nick Allen. What about Nick Allen? Zanino. Remember Zanino? I was a Zanino maxi. Actually, Garcia's not too bad when he's out there. Or Tom Murphy. Maybe we'll get Tom Murphy. Perdomo. We'll do Perdomo. Now, all right, now we need some cheap outfielders too. We got to stay under a cap. This is brutal. Hold on, we got to wait for it to refresh. While I wait for that, let's see. Did we get up any? Are we up over 17.5 yet? Oh, baby. 17,544. Let's go. Remember, if we get up over 18K, that's 2 rare Top Shotty moments. That's 2 rare, so rare cards. We're spinning them. We're spinning it up, baby. All right, let me go back over here. All right. Is 15 the lowest? No, that can't be right. That can't be right. It can't be crazy. But it just might be a lunatic you're looking for. All right, what else we got? Ooh, Badu. Badu's a baller, right? When he's out there. I'll give you a little Badu. A little Erica Badu. All right, so we have 9. We have a 10 cap. 10 cap here on this budget. Miles Straw. Will Miles Straw be out there? Jesse Wanka. We'll do Jesse Wanka. He's got, there we go. Look at that. Oh, I still need another starting pitcher. Good God. We need 3 starting. Oh, Kopech. How about Kopech? Marco Gonzalez, James. Oh, an Armenian. Should I just fire up an Armenian? Caparellian. We love Armenians. Alex Wood, dude. Good Wood. Submit. Let's go. Mike Zakarian squad. Let's fucking play ball. Let's play ball. Register. Can I just register this lineup? Oh, okay. All right. Starting pitcher. Oh, so I can play Otani on both? This is too hard, man. This shit is too hard. All right, so let's throw in. I woke up with a new Otani. No, because I want to play him as a hitter. Oshaika. And then we're gonna do Otani. We're gonna throw in Perdomo, Wanker, Devers. Ooh, you can do flex. You can do pitcher flex. All right, dude, let's go. Submit. There we go. That's our squad. Let's see. What's my update? What's my your sale? I didn't sell my Wenyan Gabriel. Did you guys watch what's my man? Yoshida went deep last night, huh? Go Sharks, kid. I think I'm back in. Good question, Milo. I know they just started doing the auctions. Or do you mean for the free game? I'm not even sure. Sorry, guys. My ears are getting a little sensitive. Right now. What Top Shot stuff is going on, huh? What do you guys want to talk about with Top Shot? Should we check in on the market? We haven't done that in forever. In the first time in forever. All right, I'll do that in a second. Real quick though, this is what my best ball lineup is right now. So right now, we're in 122nd, but I barely had any of my dudes go. I did have D'Anthony Melton drop a 42, which was nice. You like getting those outliers from those guys. We got 34 from KPJ. RJ Barrett sucked the fatty last night. Only got 15. And then Draymond Green with 30. But we got Jokic coming back. We still have Siakam, Karis LeVert, Jaylen Brown. All of those guys haven't played. Drew Holiday. All of those guys. So we still long way to go. It's a 2-week final. But let me go over to let's own that moment. Oh, you get an MGLE pack. Yeah, that's the thing. You know what was funny? I joked with my friends, with my private friend group, that yesterday, right? They had the announcement of the merch, which was pretty sick. They had the campaign with homage, right? And that looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I'm excited about the merch. I filled out the form. Excited about it. Okay, excited about it. But I joked. Every time they announce something cool like that, like an hour later, they're like, and we got packs. And so, yes, they did announce packs immediately after announcing something cool. For me personally, I am not going to go after the packs. I'm not going to be doing the packs. We can look at what they are, though. Let's look at what they are. And I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't go do it. But listen, every time we do a pack drop, every time we do one, the same thing happens. Everybody's like, let's go. This is actually pretty good. This is actually a pretty solid one. I can't imagine these go lower. You know what I mean? And then every time they do, and everybody has the same thing. So I'm going to keep sitting back. Sean Grant said, I was right about the Kyrie Fresh Threads challenge. Always complete the rare sets right away. Once they're released and you'll get a free challenge moment. Yeah, it's true. Are the Fresh Threads pumping now? Let's take a look at this pack drop, right? Where are the packs? Give me the packs. Give me the pack rip packs. Let's see. Locka. Is it not on the site yet? Do I have to go to the blog, kid? Let's go to the blog, dude. Let's go to the latest announcements. A rare Top Shot. The road to top 50. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got for the packs. All right, well, Top Shots. Just show me what's in there. Let's see. MG. Oh, one thing. The bracket thing was a little confusing, in my opinion. All right, anyways, here we go. 5,300, 5,360 total MGLE packs. $69 each. Nice. Will be available during Series 4, premium pack release. Guaranteed one rare, one spotlight. Every time I just hear Ruffalo being like, spotlight! One, and then 4 base set commons. I don't really care about this, guys. Early access and Dapper bounce back. They're doing the Dapper bounce back thing. I think that's great, right? I'll still continue to give them love for this. I think it's great. I'm just not gonna until we get a little bit more consistency with that. Then I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna sit back and watch. But I hope you guys go after it. I hope you guys have a blasty blast with it. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. Have fun. This is not a FUD place, all right? I'm pro everything. So do whatever you want. All right, let me pull up All in the Moment. Let's see. Shout out to All in the Moment, bros. Shout out to JM. Good on you, Jolly Jokes. They sold out. I don't know if we talked about that, but congrats. They sold out. Let's see. Let's see what's pumping. We haven't done this in a while, but let's go to the sets. Sorry, my computer's tweaking. Good to see Miles Bridges pumping. Let's do base set first. Base set series 1. And let's see. Overall, oops, I did it wrong. Sorry. My bad. I did it wrong. Base set series 1. And then here we go. So over the last 7 days, it's down 8%, but it's hard not to do the Bernie voice every time I say percent. Base set series 1 is down 8% from the 100% to the 1%. But that makes sense, right? Because we had the series 1 drop. So every time it drops, every time they have a pack drop, the questions drop. Sean Grant says about the fresh threads. The question is whether or not they will also make a Westbrook fresh threads. Didn't they just do a Westbrook Lakers moment? That's a good question though, Sean. All right, so wow. All right, look at that. Yeah, this is when the pack drop happened. So we had a low ask of 13.74 to complete the whole thing, and then it was like bang down to 12.4, and now it is at 12.6. The thing that makes me a little bit nervous, right? So big drop, and then spikes back up the next day. We're at overcorrection. Now this has to do with LeBron purchases, right? So if we look at the low ask. Also, Josh Richardson, dude. Man, wow, these are so low. All right, let's look at the low ask here. And so Bronny, set. Wow. So the Series 1 Top Shot debut of LeBron James has a low ask of $1,700. So the top 2 moments, it goes LeBron, Ja Morant, Ja Morant. So LeBron and Ja Morant both at 650 here. And then the Steph debut is at 600. Lucas sub 500. You got Giannis at the Cupo, sub 400. Tatum at that 310. Oh, look at that lock, dude. We locked them in. Jokic is at, wow, Jokic 274. Good God. Zion is sub 280. Oh, man. Then another LeBron moment. SGA, though. Shout out SGA. SGA is like actually doing okay considering. Because I think like when I used to have the SGA, it was in like 300. Remember when I had all of these moments? I mean, I still have some of those. And then Kyrie, LeBron, Devin Booker. Kyrie above Devin Booker. What are we doing here? Kawhi Leonard, Jaylen Brown, D. Mitch, AD, Terrence Davis. Like, this is crazy. Oh, you know what we haven't done in a while? How many moments are over 100? Back in the day when we used to do this regularly, it was like 30. 30, and that was bad. 30 was back in the day. I mean, like 2 months ago, it was like 30. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 moments. 19 moments over 100. Whew. Brutal. Unless you just got in, and then you can say, hey, maybe it's actually pretty good. Anything else you guys want to check market-wise? And while we're doing that, just a reminder, like the stream, subscribe, hashtag Team Holt, as we wrap up the oversubscribed campaign, which I don't think I've highlighted. It closes at midnight tonight. Sean says, I legit enjoyed the Series 1 pack drop. I got 3 of them, pulled a Jalen Brunson, Carmelo, and D. Mitch. None of them were worth more than 40, but some of the moments I burned. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not hating on the Series 1 drops. I think at this point, though, if I was Top Shot, we said this last week, I would just burn those babies. You know what I'm saying? Just burn them all. No need to continue dropping at this point. Like, especially if you're doing it for trade tickets, or I mean, I know they're doing it to prop up the trade ticket floor, but like, then what? You know what I'm saying? You always have to, if that is the goal, you always have to have the next carrot to keep that floor up, which I'm sure they will. Like we talked about on Shot Tank, I'm sure they'll announce something right before the great unlocking, which we have to come up with something else. All right, if we do anything, let's come up with another phrase than the great unlocking. It sounds boring. It sounds like something in the 1920s. It sounds like something I had to learn about in school that I was pissed off that I was learning about. The great unlocking is so boring. It sounds, and if it's not that, it sounds like something a guru who's going to go to jail in 15 years because their cult grew too fast and like it went from community to touching. You know what I'm saying? The great unlocking is not only about your heart, but it's about your body. It's about the chakra. It's about your chakras. Let's do a mental health check because I got a cough. Let's do this one. Yeah, you call it doomsday, that's fine. Call it lockpocalypse. Lockocalypse. Sounds like an error in Chinese history. Yeah, the great unlocking just sounds. I just don't like how people use it either. They use it like, oh, on July 9th, the great unlocking happens, and then the market goes down. And then you have other people who are like, well, shout out Top Shot Hot Shot, I think is who it was. The other side of it is like, well, everyone thinks it's going to go down, which means it's going to go up. I was actually talking with Andrew Laird from So Rare Data. Shout out Andrew, because we were talking about how like there was a little conversation around So Rare and prices going down, mostly on the. I've been seeing most of the conversation on the football side, but I'm sure the basketball side as well. But this whole idea of that when the Premier League came out, I think people were like, for a long time, that was this carrot hanging out for a while that they were like, oh, the Premier League comes, baby. Moon, right? And then what ended up happening is it didn't moon when the Premier League came out. So everyone like panic sold. And I was like, the first time meme, right? Because what ended up happening, and like we saw it in Top Shot around All-Star Game weekend, we're like, oh my God, this is the first big All-Star Game weekend. I'm sure Top Shot's going to have a presence. Here's All-Star Game packs. Here's Seeing Stars packs, all this stuff. And then when the market didn't react accordingly to the All-Star Game hype, everything came down. And then we saw that happen again in the playoffs. And so like, so much of it is the narrative that we create. We create this thing about like, oh yeah, dude, our bags are going to be so high, our bags. They're going to the moon once this happens. And then when it doesn't happen, right? So I think that's, yeah, MacTac, I agree. I think the whole thing is overblown. I'm not selling my losses. I'll just hold it to 0. Yeah. Ragnarok, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I like that. I was actually thinking about, we'll have to see where we are at the unlocking. Do you think this would be good? I can't tell if this is seen. I'd have to phrase it as a content play in that I want to start from scratch with my Top Shot account. So I'm thinking about possibly like, imagine on the great unlocking day, if we did this long show and I gave away every single moment in my account and then started from 0. But I can't tell if people would just misconstrue that as this dude hates Top Shot so bad. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But curious what you guys like. Would that be fun, or would people just, would I lose my status as speaking of status, let's check in on Boston Base's poll as the Top Shot influencer of the year. There's like 4 of us. I think what would have been funny, Boston Base, if you're still here, if you did that, but then did it in a way, you just listed all the Top Shot influencers that aren't doing it anymore. So you could list Club Top Shot. You could list the Pseudo Sisters, which they need a theme song. If Rock and Roll is still here, we need a theme song for the Pseudo Sisters. I keep thinking of the Schuyler Sisters from Hamilton, but that feels like we could sneak into like cultural appropriation. So we're not going to touch that, I don't think. I've heard of certain incentives they will be dropping around the great unlock. I'm sure there will be. Giveaway for free or list $1 to never sell. No, yeah, and I feel like people would enjoy it though if we had a big giveaway. Anyways, let's check on Boston Base. Did you guys all vote in this yet? Also, look at Boston Base getting their retweets in there. Oh, here it is. Did you vote? We're up to 616 votes, and Zakarian still holding strong. I feel like we need Wolf Blitzer. Breaking news, Cryon. With 32.1% of the vote. All right, we're gonna share it in here. If you guys haven't voted yet, go vote. Let's see how many entrants we're up to over here as well. We are up to 600. No. What am I looking at? We are up to 45 entrants. Let's go. Like the stream. Oh no! Did I just cancel that? No way. Hold on. What did I say was Team Holt? That is hilarious. Oh my God. You know what? That is hilarious. All right, you got to redo it. Like the stream, subscribe, but hashtag Team Holt. Listen, you know what though? This is for the real ones. If you're not here anymore, if you left after 50 minutes, that's on you, okay? That is on you. You should be here the whole time, all right? This is about quantity, not quality, okay? We're going to do as much as we can as long as we can. Yeah, you got rigged and rugged. The rig rug. You know what? Anybody in the chat, though, you shouldn't be mad. If anything, I just made this better for you, okay? I made this better for you. See, now I can tell the real ones. Borland, Sean, Baston, D-Rose, Garen, Ming, Hyson. Yeah, Milo, Stubbs. This is the real one. This is the real one. The real ones are here. All right, in a few minutes, we're going to bring on our friends Peter and Jay. We're going to talk a little bit more about oversubscribe and why it is the best thing that's ever happened in the entire world. And just a reminder, so we are at $17,544. If we get up over 18,000 before this stream ends, we're doubling the giveaway. So right now, we're giving away a rare NBA Top Shot moment. And then we're also giving away a rare So Rare card. It's really hard to say a rare So Rare card. Rare So Rare. If we get over 18,000 before the stream ends, which we got an hour and 4 minutes to go, we are going to give away 2, baby. We're going to give away 2. I'm also realizing I'm going to have to take a pee break before we start this next segment, which is going to be fun. So I'll play, you know what? I know what I'll do. I'm going to bring us back to our roots. I'm going to give us a banger. And that will be enough time for me to pee. Let's hit 20K by the end. Stoopaloo. If we hit 20K by the end, I will listen. If we give 20K by the end, this is what we will do. If we hit 20K by the end of this, that idea that I just had about doing the giveaway, like giving away my entire Top Shot account, we will do that. I will guarantee, I will lock that in if we hit 20K before the end of this. But here's the one caveat. The Series 1 moments that I have only go to the oversubscribers. So they can only win those. So we will do that. We will do that account. We'll do that show where we do this, the great unlocking. We'll give away everything and start from zero. But the Series 1 moments go specifically to the oversubscribers. So there you go. Well, that's if we hit 20K, though. And it's easy to make statements like that because I don't believe in you. You know what I mean? I don't think you guys will do that. So it feels nice to say things. Like if we hit 50K, I'll take my pants off. We can't hit 50K. We can't get over 27K. So that's the best way to do it. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're about to segue into the next part of the show before we do the giveaway. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go old school. You're going to get a banger real quick. We're going to hope that I can pee in under 90 seconds. So here we I got to take my headphones off because we got to be efficient. Here we go.
Well, the Top Shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake So Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball. We got legs and a guy in a bear suit. We're making money up YouTube clips, big ticket flips. We got potential to grow. She's in the NBA. What else can I say? You gotta get in the know. Even Washington's inside game, live talking flag. Why are you selling so low? Those Canadian bacon and friends, fun never ends. Come on and get on the show. This is not financial advice.
Success, baby. We did it. Although I wasn't able to dry my hands and my dog freaked out because I was running back and forth. So I think that confused him a little bit. Hold on. Let me see. Any movement here? Okay. You pansies. You pansies. I'm going to bully you into doing it. All right. Did I miss anything else in the chat? I don't think so. All right. For those that are just tuning in, because there's thousands of you right now, make sure you like the stream, subscribe, put hashtag Team Holt And we're going to give away again at the end. At the end, we'll give it away. Yeah, I did wash my hands. I washed my hands, but I wasn't able to dry them. So my mouse is soaked right now. Yeah, at least I did. Well, come on, guys. I'm not gross. I'm 38, dude. I'm an adult. I wash my hands. I didn't lift the seat though. If we're gonna full disclosure, I didn't lift the seat because I didn't have time. We were moving as fast as we can, but I'm home alone until late tonight. So I've got time. I got time to make up for that. All right, let's see. He beat on his hands. Oh my god. All right, so this is what we're gonna do now. I teed this up a little bit earlier, but excited to have two dudes that have been making this possible for this oversubscribe campaign and helping us grow, and also just give us a little confidence that we should be doing this, which is pretty exciting. So we're bringing on the oversubscribe bros. I think you guys should rebrand yourself as the oversubscribe bros. We're bringing on Peter and Jay together in the same place, which is exciting. This is the first time we've had two people on in the same place. Also, just before you say anything, just so you know, you guys are muted right now.
It was intentional. We didn't want to go off the riff here on the oversubscribed bros. Mike, we already beat you to the punch there. That's why we go back. So
that's good. The oversubscribe bros updating LinkedIn's and resumes everywhere. So it says right. Guys, thank you so much for listen, not only for all the work that you guys have been doing and like making this possible, but also for coming on stream. I don't know if this is what you normally do in this role to have to come on a live stream, but I appreciate you guys being down for it.
Well, we're delighted to be here. I mean, we're big fans of Team Hold and big fans of the NBA bit. So we, Jay and I are both longtime NBA fans ourselves. Jay dabbled a little more on the top shot or the bottom shot, a little more than I did, but both big longtime NBA fans. And obviously we love you, Mike. But just to be clear here, we're here in our role as oversubscribed bros. And one of the big benefits of our platform is that you're not investing in Mike as a person, which would be fantastic, but even better, you can invest in Mike as a company, Team Hold Creator LLC. But given that also means one of the benefits here is it's all fully regulated. So these investments are overseen and regulated by the SEC. We actually went through a process with the SEC and a body called FINRA to get approval to do what we're doing for Mike. That all means we can't endorse Mike while we're here. So we all know he's great. We all know the show's good, but we can't speak to the investment or speak about the benefits or the merits or any of the downsides. But we're here to answer any other questions we can.
Yeah, so as we kind of go through this conversation, if the chat has questions, fire them in. I'll happily ping pong off of them. The first question that came in, people need to know, what is Jay's Top Shot handle?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same as my Discord name, which is letter J. You'll see me in the Team Hold Discord. So hit me up. I think I haven't touched my Dabber account in a long time, so I have to check if it's still active in it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's still active. It just might look different financially. So one of the things that I thought would be helpful to start with this conversation, I have constantly talked about what the fun, once this raise is done, what we're able to do with it, which is pay Veronica to continue to make that fantastic short form content, to also fire up some of the in real life stuff that we're really excited about, some more man on the street stuff, and also what the benefits for them are is right, the 13.5%, some of the other perks, but something that I've done a very bad job communicating that I thought maybe you guys could talk a little bit what your role is out after this part is over. You guys have already, and you've already started doing this a little bit. You've really helped me grow in a lot of ways. And I'd love to just for you guys to chat a little bit about some of the things that you open up for the creators that you're going to be working with.
Sure, I'll start off and then Jay can add his thoughts as well. But here at Oversubscribe, we're a mission-focused company here. We're a mission-driven company. So our purpose here is to help every person we come into contact, and in particular, every creator we work with, reach their full potential, regardless of their financial situation, regardless of where they're starting from. We do that in two ways. One is through helping them do exactly what Mike is doing here, is raise investment funding from their own fans in what we call a guided creator public offering. That would be a CPO, just like an IPO, but specifically for creators. So we help folks like Mike to raise that money to invest in their careers. The second part, which Mike mentioned, which I know he touched upon, but we can expand on a little more. So in addition to the CPO, we help folks by connecting them to our network of creator mentors. So speaking with a lot of creators who are in similar positions to Mike, we found that they're ecstatic to be able to raise money and to be able to invest that in their career and do things like Mike is doing by hiring an editor, hiring Veronica, being able to pay her for the fantastic work she's already been doing, but also do things like maybe dial back on their full-time job to part-time and focus on their content a little more, or hire a script writer, or invest in new types of content like Mike is hoping to do here with Man on the Street. For other folks, that might be travel content, which Mike can do as well. I mean, you can do NBA Bit from Hawaii. That's always an option for the next CPO. But also things like challenges like smaller scale Mr. Beast type things, or anything that might take a lot of money that they know their audience would love. But when we were talking to them, they were saying, this is great. You can help me to raise that cash to invest in my career. But to be honest, even if you're going to help me find an editor, I'm not exactly sure how to work well with an editor. I hired one off Craigslist or Fiverr last time I tried this, and it was a horrible experience. They look nothing like a YouTube video, and I could have done it better myself. Or they'll say, I'm not really sure what the workflow would look like, or how to tell if an editor is good. Or other folks might say, that's great, you can help me raise money to invest in taking my career to the next level. But to be honest, I'm not really sure how to get to that next level. I could see the folks who are, I have 10,000 subscribers. I could see the folks with 100,000 and 1 million subscribers out there. I could see what they're doing from the outside, but I don't really know what's really going on behind the scenes. So even if I had this money, I can get there. So we heard that loud and clear. So what we've done is set up this network of what we're calling creator mentors. These are folks that can help our creators who have been there and done that, and who can help them in these different areas. So one set of mentors is what we call our production, post-production mentors. That'll help folks like Mike find editors, work together with an editor. They'll also give them feedback on the content itself in terms of the production values and in terms of things they're doing specifically for YouTube. That set of folks, they're fantastic. They're longtime YouTubers themselves. They work with, I won't say the name of the company, but one of the largest entertainment platforms out there, doing all their YouTube content. And I'm sure you've seen some of their videos that they've done for them.
Yeah, I think just to jump in for a second too, I think one of the things that's been really cool about it, and because I don't know if I talked about this publicly on stream, but one of the weirder aspects about trying to do this content in general is there's no, in a lot of fields that you work in, you're like, okay, well, if I do this, I then do this, and then I do this. And you there's a clear blueprint, a clear ramp of how you evolve and move forward and progress in your career. And for this, it's really not, there's not that. There's not a network, right? There's not a network of creators, really. It's just kind of I ask LG from the first minute question, or poor Pete Overzet, because he's a year and a half ahead of me in doing this. Anytime I have any questions, I fire them off him. And I think one of the neater aspects of this is that it's kind of making sense a little bit of how to grow. And that's something that I've struggled with, because I just don't know. You're just you have a blindfold on and you're throwing darts and you're seeing what works. And not that this figures everything out, but at least I can throw the darts without the blindfold on. That's without it on. And that's kind of what it feels like now.
Yeah, and the concept throwing darts, we heard a lot of from creators about trying to set up brand partnerships. So it's a big revenue stream for a lot of content creators. We have a brand expert on our stable of creator economy experts that we connect creators to. She's worked at brand management partners, brand management companies that have done the biggest deals. So she's worked on brand partnership deals with Bella Poarch and Charlie D'Amelio, for instance, putting together very large deals. But she also works with small creators as well. So she has a lot of experience. I think Mike has already talked to her and given a lot of great ideas and insights. So we're excited there as well.
And in that aspect too, just again for her to explain what budgets look like normally, and because I'm just saying this number, I'm just throwing a number out, and then I'll slowly ask for a higher number as we grow. But I'm not fact checking what, you know what I mean? You're just kind of, again, blindly throwing them, and just that opened my eyes a little bit. Right. And one other thing too, when you were talking about the team that works with a popular entertainment platform, in a conversation with them, it's just little things too. And that I've seen such growth because of stupid little conversations where they're not stupid, but it's just hey, at the end of your video, tell people to subscribe.
Pound that subscribe.
Yeah, I know. And it's such a dumb thing. And then we're seeing it on the shorts, because we do that, we're you can see the date that I had that conversation and how the growth has changed. So
no,
yeah,
that's exactly right. I mean, just a more general point here is a lot of this is just so new, right? So this whole thing about creators and the creator economy, it's all a fairly new development. We actually work with a gentleman named Tim Shea, who's one of the partners that are VC investors, the firm that's invested in us. And Mike's actually had the chance to meet him as well. So Tim is kind of one of the original folks who worked with creators at YouTube. There's an article that speaks to him inventing the word creator. You can Google that yourself. But he's seen the whole evolution of all this. And this is not that long. This is 10, 15 years from the get-go. And then really in terms of it becoming more professionalized and there being real money out there, that would be the last 5 to 10 years. And really, many, many stories are like Mike's, where we've spoken with over 100 creators and folks in the creator economy at this point. I'd say 75% said, hey, I started this during the pandemic because I had some time on my hands and I was figuring out things to do. And some percentage, like with Mike, they took off because their content was so great. Some things went viral, things like that. So it's all new. Everyone's still figuring it out, but also the people that know it are kind of gatekeeping it. So a lot of folks who figured it out, they'll set up these courses that you can take, which is one way for creators like Mike to monetize things if you want to set up a paid course. Yeah. But those folks, it's hard to get the information. So we want to, another tagline we use is democratizing the creator economy for creators and their fans. So that's both in terms of the investment part of things, but also in terms of the knowledge. So the last set of folks we have that Mike's going to meet with is what we're calling our successful creator mentors. These are people who are probably in the 3 to 5 million subscriber range, who are active today, who are relevant today. So they know what the YouTube algorithm's looking for. They know what's hot and what's not. They know everything about shorts. And they'll be mentoring our folks like Mike about how to get to where they are and giving feedback to Mike once he's gone through some material they provided.
Yeah, it's all really been it's been fascinating to kind of go through this and just realize like just quickly how many other opportunities and possibilities there are through this, because you kind of get focused on your like a narrow lens of this is what's worked, so this is what I'm going to keep doing, and like every conversation like opens up another door, whether it's on the financial side of things, whether it's on the creative side of things. So it's been pretty cool. I want to get to some of the questions that are in the chat too, and I'm sure that'll take us down to different avenues. But D Rose, our lawyer in the chat, says, is the LLC tax as an S corp?
It is a flow-through taxation, so that's probably the right way to think about it. So we're using the LLC basically to flow through the earnings to the investors and to Mike.
Yeah, I'll just jump in and say we've tried to put as much stuff as possible on the educational materials on our site. So yeah, feel free to look through that. And if there's still any questions, yeah, we'd love to talk about them here, or shoot us an email. We'd love to answer your questions and see what's on the mind of investors.
So everyone who invests will get a K1 at the end of the year. That's similar to like 1099 for the C Corp.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, to be similar to like what you get when you invest in stocks, but this would be specifically for the LLC.
Yeah. Macasack 2 is saying, will we get docs breaking down the different revenue streams? And if so, what is the cadence like? So one of the things that I was hoping to do, I mean, actually, Jay, do you want to jump in first?
No, I'll just jump in, and then I think you can fill in the rest because, yeah, I know we talked about this before. So the regulations say that their companies have to file an annual report after they fundraised. So that's up to Mike and how he wants to kind of give that information. And of course, he can give it more often if he wants to. And I know he's talked about doing like regular get-togethers with their investors to talk about how the business is going and stuff. And I don't know if Mike, you want to fill in the rest there.
Yeah, so the plan was to do like part of being a part of the oversubscribe, instead of doing like a stream, we're going to do like a Zoom type hangout or a Google Hang, or maybe just in the Discord, we can do it within that gated channel. And basically every month, the Discord would kind of dictate what we wanted to talk about. So whether it's content stuff, whether it could be anything. And in my thought was to address some of that each month. Like if there's not a lot of change, there's probably no reason to hammer it. But I think you'll see it too in the streams. You'll see if a brand deal comes, like you'll see it because I'll be talking about it. And so I think that will like naturally lead to a conversation about it when we have that monthly hang, where it's like, oh yeah, cool, we just partnered up with X and this is what this looks like. Which I'm pretty open to share, because it'll be cool for you to see, like, and for me to talk about like what a deal looks like in say February, and then we grow and maybe we have like 5,000 new subs by June, and what the next brand deal looks like. And so I think that would just be kind of fun to track and fun to talk about. But yeah, we'll definitely get into that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if Mike ends up looking like a NASCAR driver with a bunch of logos on his Don't blame us. That is all just a sign of success.
I would love a jacket. I would love one of those jackets, just a bunch of patches on it. I'm gonna Common Man. I'm gonna save your question just for a second because I wanted to get back to Mac Attack because he had asked this earlier, and I'm pretty sure the answer was no. But Mac Attack was saying, are we able to reinvest those dividends?
Not currently. This is kind of a one-time investment rather than an ongoing secondary market in shares in Team Hold LLC. So think of this more like a venture capital investment where you're investing directly in the company for them to use the money. You're not buying shares from other shareholders. So the opportunity would be if Mike later on has big plans and wants to do another CPO, that would be your opportunity. If not, there is this platform called Oversubscribe where there'll be other creators who you might be able to invest in as well.
There you go.
Look out for that.
And if we did another one, right, say, wow, we are cooking. And if we did another one because I wanted to do a full year of shows from Hawaii, would we have to, would that come after 3 years or is that right? Or would that like a year and a half in, we couldn't be like, oh, we should do this again?
I mean, you could do it. We have it, the structure as a revenue share of your revenues.
Mhm.
Right now it's 13.5% of your revenues for 3 years. So you'd have to do some financial projections, Mike, and see if you took out another chunk of that, if you'd have enough money to do all the things you want to do.
That's true.
But on the flip side, if you're growing like crazy, there might be enough to go all around. So that'll be something you can make at that point, a decision you can make at that point when looking at your revenues and looking at your own projections and thinking about how things are going.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and Bottom was saying this is the ideal scenario, right? We have all these mental health checks. This would be an ideal scenario to get better help. Comment, this was for me. So like, what's the plan for the content in the NBA offseason? So we're going to still, we're going to do what we did last year. So we'll still have a daily show Monday through Friday. Free agency will take us through, like the draft will carry us for a little bit. Free agency will carry us. And then August is usually the dead month, right in between summer league and when the season starts. So we'll definitely get a little bit more creative, but the plan is to continue to do Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Like that's not going to change. One of the cool things that I've been working on for the last, I don't know, month or so, and I'll give John Nellis, the So Rare in soccer, football, creator, a little bit of credit. He was telling me about what his plan was as it went to the world, like heading into the World Cup, and how he was like, listen, I know there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on football, so I'm going to have these shorts ready to go and just hammer them out throughout the entirety of the World Cup. And that's where he saw a lot of growth. And I'm not saying this is going to have Nellis like growth. He's like at over 300,000 subscribers or something crazy like that. But I've been writing up a couple of evergreenish shorts that make sense to come out during the playoffs. So we're going to have a big push in the playoffs of having these like pretty sharp polished shorts to go across both YouTube shorts, TikTok. We'll throw it on Twitter too, even though it doesn't usually pop on Twitter, and then Instagram Reels as well. And hoping to see, since the NBA algorithm will be juiced up a little bit because of playoffs and the finals, we'll see a little bit of a momentum push there. So that's kind of like short term what we're looking at. But the summer's always fun for me for content because everybody's like, oh, you're going to take the summer off because there's no basketball. It's like, no, that's when like we can do weird stuff, you know? We can do like projections for the upcoming season. We can do a bunch of weird stuff. So
Or like what we talked about, the more F1 content. Which,
that's right. Jay's been asking for more F1 content. Shout out, James.
If we get you the jacket, it could be NASCAR.
That's true. That is true.
One point though, one thing we like about Mike's channel in general and why we were so excited to work with him is, just in terms of content itself, the NBA has become pretty much a year-round league at this point in terms of being able to discuss things. They've done a really good job with that, where you still see NBA headlines in the offseason and people like talking about the trades almost more than they like talking about the game. So plenty for Mike to talk about there. But more generally, one reason we were really excited about working with Mike here is, when we generally look at creators we're hoping to partner with and work with, what we really look for is their relationship with their audience. So, people, the term of art is probably engagement when you talk about creators, but we're actually looking for something beyond that. When people say engagement, that's just more like likes, comments, and subscribes. But we're actually looking for more of the two-way engagement here, where you have what you have here, where Mike's responding to comments on the longer form videos, where in the stream, you guys have what you have here. It's a community. Yeah. It's not Mike on the screen just talking to you guys and you guys just watching it. It's an active community. So we think that does two things. One, in terms of the actual CPO, the Creator Public Offering and offering itself, we think there's more likely to be a chance of success there. given how engaged folks are, they're already invested in this creator emotionally and with their time. It's a lot more straightforward than to appeal to them about investing financially, which you can still do today. The offering is open until 11:59 p.m. As we were saying, we can't endorse anything here, just giving you factual information that it is still open. And we do expect that there'll be more of a rush as we get closer to the deadline. That's what we've generally seen when we've seen these kinds of things with other platforms. And even, we ran that poll earlier together with Mike, and we saw that there was still folks out there who responded to that who still haven't put through their investment yet. So we're guessing they're waiting until later today. So we're expecting that to tick up, and we have no concerns here. So one thing is we're looking for that engagement because we think it helps in terms of the success of the CPO. The second reason is it just speaks well to the success of that creator, right? So we look at the creator as in the long term, we want to help them succeed and really reach their full potential, and in the medium term, reach the next level. And that's what everyone's looking for, engagement. And that's where the dollars flow, because when brands look to creators to sponsor, they're looking for places where the audience trusts the creator. We don't know how much you trust Mike, but we know you guys trust him enough to be here and to trust him with this discussion about financial topics like Top Shot, Bottom Shot. But that's a big thing as well. So we think the success of a CPO and the engagement we see before that speaks well to that creator's future as well.
Yeah, well, and again, to kind of go back to that conversation that we had with that brand specialist, I was always under the assumption that in order to really bring in brand deals, you needed to. I mean, that's why I create these artificial things too. It's like, oh, once I get 10,000 subscribers, that's when the brand deals come in. And it was pointed out to me, it's not really about, I mean, yes, it helps if you have 100,000 subscribers, but we have 8,500 and we have a very sticky, active, engaged audience. And that is what they're looking for more than a bigger number. They want people that know that you present something, X amount of people are going to have action items from that. And so that was exciting to hear, because and again, I hope John Momentum Labs is listening, because if price is going up, John, for Momentum Labs. All right. You've been getting too good of a deal. I'm just kidding, John, you grandfathered in. But it was that was an enlightening conversation, because it was okay, I needed to know that a little bit more.
I mean, one interesting thing we saw on that front was when we were kind of looking for creators to first work with, one where we saw a lot of interesting dynamics were something that maybe this audience watches a little less, but lifestyle vloggers, which is always an avenue Mike can go down, and we might encourage him to go down that avenue. But what we saw in those cases is they did not have huge audiences. Let's call it kind of 50,000 subscribers, which is not far from where Mike is. Mm-hmm. And they had high-level agents. They had all kinds of brand deals coming through. They were making videos about going full-time as a creator and quitting their well-paying jobs to do it. So when you think about why that might be the case, it's because the subscribers in their community is so invested in their life. They feel like they know them. They trust them when they recommend things, just like you trust Mike when he recommends things to you. So we think that speaks well to anybody who has the dynamics Mike has here.
Yeah, and I think too, speaking of the lifestyle vlogs, I don't know if I'm going to do a full pivot to lifestyle vlogs, but I like the idea of doing more things like we saw with All-Star Game Weekend, which again was kind of a, that was a self do-it-yourself budget too that we were working on, and it was just Dustin and I free rolling, not free rolling, but just kind of figuring it out as we go. Where this allows us to. It allows us in the short term to do it, but also because of the growth that comes with it in the long term to do it, where it's okay, well, we got to make sure Veronica is out in Vegas with us for Summer League if she can. And if not Veronica, somebody else, so that we're constantly churning out the content, both in the short form and long form style. And just to speak on that too, because we're able to plan in advance for Summer League, we already know that we're going to have the live show there, but we're also going to be doing the daily morning show from Vegas as well, which is going to be exciting. Not like a Radio Row Super Bowl thing. We're not going to be doing it out on the street, but we're able to do the show in that space, which is going to be a lot of fun.
And I saw Raptor News called me out to go to Summer League. I think it's a work trip. I think that makes sense, right? I think I can go.
I was trying to find. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we'll donate right now if Jay commits. So,
it's a work trip. It's fine.
Yeah, there we go. Also, let's remind it. So we already guaranteed, right? We're going to give away a rare Top Shot moment and so rare card because we went over that threshold of 17K, and we also said it's doubled if we get over 18K. So we double it up. That's just the rules. And right now we're at 17,544, which is very exciting. So Bottom says, I trust Mike to set bad so rare lineup so I can make the opposite call. Well, I've been doing that for you for free for a while. So
this is what we like to see. I mean, when we're talking about lifestyle vloggers, what you have here is actually a step beyond that. You actually know Mike. To see him on the screen enough to roast him.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we got here. You got inside jokes. You feel comfortable with Mike. You know about his life. You know about his stand-up work. You know about all the other things he's doing as well. So I'd say this level of community you have here is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if I would agree with that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about creating an environment where everyone feels comfortable dunking. But
that's right. That's right.
Don't
do negative signal to brands. So,
yeah. Snoopaloop was asking, I'm assuming Watch Your Work and 89 Cavs is part of this umbrella. Is there any thought of bringing in other creators that do their own show that you don't necessarily have to be on? That's a good question, Snoopaloop. I'm super open to this idea. I was actually just talking to somebody about doing potentially like hosting spaces on the Team Hold Twitter account that I wouldn't be a part of. And I have mixed thoughts on that because yes, I would love that. I think in a perfect world, there's just like content happening all the time, right? So I would love to see more of that. But I think the biggest thing for me is I want this to come off as nicely as possible. I want the content to be good, right? So if someone's going to come on and it doesn't have to be like the same thing I'm doing. It doesn't have to be whatever. It doesn't have to be that, but I want it to make sense. Like the 89 Cavs make sense. I'm on the 89 Cavs, but like Watch Her Work makes sense with with what they're doing and the brand that they're doing. Like when Tandy comes on, like Tandy makes sense, right? So I am definitely open to that. But it's also not just an open door for anyone to do it. Anyone can come on as a guest. But I think, let's pump our own backs here for a second. I think hosting a show is really hard. And I think the good hosts, people don't know they're good at it because like, that's what a good host does. It's like a good official. Like if you recognize that the official is officiating, they're doing a bad job. If you recognize the host is hosting, it's usually because they're a bad host. And so I'm really cognizant of that. And I want to make sure it makes sense with the content that we put out. And I don't want there to be a drop in content. I'm all for different personalities and different perspectives and points of views. I just want it to be sharp. So that was a long-winded question, long-winded answer that was essentially saying, I think I'm really good at my job. But I am definitely open to that, Snoopaloop. So, cause I would like to see more of that stuff. You sure you're taking anyone as a guest? Anyone? Yeah. All right. There are.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. There you go. Peter and Jay are here.
We're lowering the bar for everyone here.
No, that's not true. I've told you guys privately. The chat has already seen it. We had a guest that come on and then immediately get canceled within 48 hours and take the video down. So
we're not going to leave our houses for the next 48 hours.
Yes, yeah.
You're good.
So to answer that question, yes, I am sure about anyone coming on. There was also one other question that I want to bring up to you guys that was more of just a procedural thing that's happening right now. A couple of people I know who have invested in the last like week or so, they haven't seen it come from their account yet. Is there any sort of processing thing that causes a delay that might last a few days, even a week?
Yeah, so what happens is that once you guys invest the funds, it has to go into what's called escrow. So it's not like us holding the money on Mike's behalf. It goes into basically another financial institution, a third party that is, I guess, objective and holds the money until the offering's done, and then it gets released to Mike. So that process can take a little while. We usually see 2 to 3 business days. It can take longer under certain circumstances. So, but if you are waiting a week and haven't seen anything, feel free to reach out at our email, info@oversubscribe.co, and one of us will look into it.
Yeah, we could generally see things on the back end, like if there's an error with the credit card or something, we'll see that and we'll generally try to reach out if it's not showing up for you. But yeah, I mean, this escrow, again, is all part of the regulations that we are governed under. The SEC requires us to put the money in escrow rather than oversubscribe, holding all your sweet, sweet money for Mike. So just like when you're buying a house. Because not everybody can necessarily trust the motives of anybody else. You put in a third-party account, and it's held there until the transaction is done.
There we go. Mac Attack letting us know. I wonder if our friend Raptor News stayed true to his word. He saw Jay say he was going to come to Summer League. So we're at 17,694, baby. I think actually, like, this is an insane number to me. I'm like, I know what our goal is, but the fact that this many people were down. But I'm actually almost more impressed with the 64 investors, which I think is really, really cool, especially when we did this. Yeah, it was Raptor News. Putting it all in black when we get this. I think, like, because when we did the interest form, I think it was just like a little under 100 or maybe exactly 100 that said that they would be down, right? And the fact that, I mean, I'm just so used to running these things, even back in my education day. Hey, if we did this event, how many of you would be interested? It's like 500, and that means 200 are going to come. And the fact that we're hitting like 66% or so of people who said they were going to do it who are actually doing it is pretty cool.
Yeah, we do think, there might still be some bigger investors coming in. And we do think there's people waiting until the last second. And we'd encourage anyone who's thinking that not to be that person, because 11:59 p.m. comes fast. And I was just thinking it's like similar to an election. This stuff all falls under what's called equity crowdfunding, right?
Right.
Like voting in some ways. But, we always say every vote counts. But we all know, I mean, if you don't vote, it's not going to make a big difference. But if everyone says that to themselves, then
that's right.
The preferred candidate might not win. So just like that, if everyone says that to themselves right now, everyone else invested, I think Mike's good, then your preferred candidate might.
Yeah, don't let me lose this election. I think that's what we're all saying. Don't let me lose this election.
Mike,
I think.
And the other side of the coin is, like, we've been talking to a lot of creators along the way, and ever since, even after Mike started this offering, and they're blown away, like that he can raise this kind of money from his fans. They're super impressed. They're super excited. And yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, people have seen kind of the more donation-like platforms or kind of the monthly contribution platforms, and the dollar amounts are kind of missing a couple zeros from what you see here with Mike. So it's
yeah. And I mean, we talked about this forever. I mean, I feel like I can't even remember when we first had our conversation. Was it in December? Like it was.
Yeah, I think when we move forward with the process and things, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, I don't know. I was always pretty hesitant to ask people for money outside of like the $1.99 for the YouTube thing, and for the YouTube VIP, and that was honestly done to just kind of monitor the Discord, so we didn't have everybody coming in, and so we could contain the community vibe, and then to also just like give a ton of stuff away. And so I don't know. I put a lot of thought into this, and wanted to make sure if we were doing it. It was one, I like the idea if it's a one-time thing. And I also love the idea for people to get an opportunity. Like if it goes well, cool. And if it doesn't, this was like, you're still part of the journey with us. And I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited to stop asking for people for money. Like I'm excited for that part to end. It's taking a toll. But I love it. I love that we're getting close. Patrick said, are we doing a closing stream? Popping bottles at 11:59. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We'll do it tomorrow morning. I'll pop in the morning. Yeah, and again, I just reminded people too. I see Mac Tax got another question. If you guys have more questions, throw them into the chat, and we'll get to it. So Mac was saying, if we don't hit the fully vested and then screamed oversubscribe, you cowards, will the investors see a reworked budget or something similar to reflect the funds received? I think that's probably a conversation we could have a little bit more in depth if that happens tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But how do you guys
general idea? So if it's not the goal amount, but it kind of hits the minimums, then the budget gets reworked. But again, we think Mike's on track here to do pretty well. So we'll see what happens, and we can discuss that after the fact. But Mac Attack, you're on the right track there, thinking about how it would work in that case.
Yeah, because in my mind, like when we first were thinking about what the budget would look like, my biggest thing, and I mean, this is from our first conversation that we had, even before we talked about working together, when you guys were just like getting some info from creators, right? I was like, good Lord, I'm not an editor. I need someone who's good at this. Like that would make my life so much easier to just kind of be like, here's my vision. Here's some content, make it pretty. And we have that, like that has been raised already. And that was like my biggest want and biggest need for the growth. And then the second half of that was to help make the in real life experiences, the live shows, the private event that we do for Team Hold when we're out there, pop a little bit more. And if that's the thing we rework, that's easy enough because we've already we've already done those things. We've already done the show. It means I have to beg a little bit harder for a sponsor for the live show, which we're gonna do anyways. But that's kind of what my thought was. The fact that we already hit the number that would allow us to pay for an editor part-time.
And you should be in a better position with sponsors at that point, regardless if that's the route we go. You should have kind of some established relationships at that point. So
yeah, and it's been, I mean, listen, you like the community has already seen, like we've now, again, not official partnered, but we were helped out by DraftKings for a March Madness tournament. I've been having conversations with a couple of other potential brand stuff for the live show in Vegas, and that's just like happening because of the growth that we're seeing, because of the work that we're doing, because the community responds to stuff, like whether it's So Rare, the fact that like in our So Rare private league, we have over 444 people. I mean, like we're doing a lot for these brands already, and they are looking to give back in a way. I mean, that's why I was able to go to All-Star Game weekend. I know they're going to have a presence in Summer League. So looking forward for those partnerships to start. Looking forward for people to start getting 13.5% from partnerships.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. All right. If you guys have any other questions, fire them into the chat. I don't want to keep my the oversubscribed bros longer than we need to, because I know you guys already reworked your schedule so you could do this today, which I appreciate.
Happy to be here.
On your end, though, do you feel like we hammered most of the stuff that we wanted to get to today? Is there anything that we probably should get out? We feel good.
I think we feel good. I would just say, I mean, we're very, very happy to work with Mike. We think he's fantastic, both as a person and in terms of what he does with the content here. We have seen the work of many, many, many creators, and what you have here is really good. Mike, being a trained stand-up comedian himself, improv guy, just an all-around nice guy. We think you guys have a fantastic thing here in terms of what you built all together, and we're very happy to be a part of it here and see it go to the next level. So. We're always happy to answer any questions. You guys saw the email address. It's also on the website as well. So if there's questions right after we get off where you wish you could have asked us, or you want to ask it more in private, feel free to shoot us an email. We'll get back to you today. Very happy to be here.
And Boston Base is saying you should be here for the wheel. So if no other questions come, you guys can be here for the giveaway. Well, I'll wrap up here in a second. One thing that I thought of too a few minutes ago when you were talking, and then I forgot to bring up about like doing it now, doing this campaign now, which I think is kind of fun. The growth that we're seeing a lot for like subscriber numbers and views numbers, like you mentioned, comes from the shorts. And what I think is kind of cool is most of the people that are in here have been in here for a while. And so like you get to see the growth, but it still feels like we're in this like private clubhouse where we're having these conversations, right? And so like it does feel like we're all doing it together, as corny as that sounds. And since you're seeing the numbers go up, a lot of times it can feel like, oh, we're going to lose that community feel. We're going to lose that vibe. And what has happened is it's not. Like we've got this core group that show up every day, whether you watch it live or you watch it later, you're in the Discord and all that stuff. Which is exciting. Also, Daniel asks, is oversubscribed hiring corporate attorneys? So there you go, Daniel.
We spend a lot of money on attorneys. You're seeing the whole company here right now, but we spend a ton of money on attorneys. So if you're looking later on, you have our email address. I can do it, but it's going to be a little while before we bring somebody in house.
But yeah, so I really am excited about it. I think we've been. Again, to pump the bags, I've been working very hard, specifically this last year. I mean, we're working hard for a couple of years, but this last year I've taken it like a full-time job and taken it seriously. And it's been fun. It's been fun seeing it actually like pay off. And I've explained this to you. I don't know if I've said it on stream, but with comedy, when you're working really hard of like stand up or acting or whatever, it's really hard to get like data. Like, because there's so many variables that come to it. And what's been fun about the amount of work that we've put into this is you just like physically see what's like how the work pays off, whether it's views, subscribers, Discord, Twitter, whatever. Like clearly there's momentum behind it. So it's been cool. It's just been cool. I'm excited to see it grow a little bit more. You've
been fantastic, Mike, with the shorts, kind of pumping things up there. I was just watching them because we had to initially, but now I am regularly watching the shorts. I think you really filled kind of that spot that House of Highlights kind of vacated with all the weird stuff they do these days. And I think the stuff you do is exactly what I want. The NBA highlights, a lot of Dylan Brooks clips of him doing weird stuff too.
Oh, the Dylan Brooks stuff is so funny today. That was so good.
You got the right moments in there. So I think you're doing a great job with those.
That was so good. Also, yeah, House of Highlights is so interesting because like from 8 p.m. to like midnight. They got some really good basketball content, and then then it's like really weird during the daytime.
Exactly right.
Nerdbird, this is a good question. If I want to add more money to my earlier investment, do I just go through the same original process? And yes, and I want to shout out my guy Paul Top, because Paul, I know, has done that. I see Paul's, because I can see the back end stuff some of the times, and I see Paul's name pop up a bunch. So shout out Paul Top. So yeah, you would do it just through the same exact process.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and actually, people who invest second time around, as long as they invest at least $50 the first time, they can do any amount. Yeah, feel free to add on more, even if it's a few dollars here or there.
Yeah. Also, shout out Nerdbird. We love Nerdbird. One of the OGs. All right, I'll say it. Let's do it. Last call. Last call for questions and to like the stream, subscribe, put a hashtag Team Holt. And Raptor News is saying Vegas reunion. Yeah, the Vegas dates. I've booked my hotel, so it's I'm going to be there July 6th to July 10th. Originally, we were going to try to do that show Saturday night, but Dustin has informed me there's a big UFC fight scheduled. And so since, UFC Strike, Dapper Labs, Dustin wants to be able to get some people into that show. Into that fight maybe. So I think maybe we do the show on Friday night, right? As people get in, we can do it that first night. But anyways, I'm going to be there the 6th to the 10th. Yeah, there you go. Jeb in the chat. Huge UFC fight.
Nice.
So we'll, and I don't know what other people are doing, like whether it's Top Shot or So Rare, but that show we'll lock in for Friday night. We'll go to games. I'll be at games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday probably. Going to stay at Park MGM. Still, we got a bunch of feelers out for some live venues, which I don't think we're going to I think what we'll try to do is actually go through a bar venue versus what we did last year where, God, that was the most expensive thing in the world that we didn't pay for. Top Shot paid for, but it was it was basically a private venue that's used for fancy dinners or weddings or whatever. So we're going to find an actual venue. Botavine. Everybody has to do it. Book 6th to 9th. Garen's already there. Top Shot comment I met there. D Rose is already booked. Patrick's booked. Let's go. It's very fun. All right. I think we're just going to spin this thing. We're just going to spin it.
Do it.
Oversubscribe, squeeze. All right, relax.
Next year, not this summer. Next summer, just wait for it.
All right, so the first one. How do we do this? Because if summer, there we go. Swingman's going to be there. No, we're just going to say first one's a Top Shot moment. Second one's a So Rare moment. If one of you likes one thing and not the other, you can work that out on your own. But I can't figure it out for you. All right, here we go. This is for the Top Shot moment, a rare Top Shot moment. Which, who knows, might be $5 by the time I buy it on the marketplace. So we'll see. It is going to be, Weisberg. Weisberg, who snuck in late right here, too, huh? Look at that. Shout out Weisberg. Go check him out on playback tonight for Celtics and Kangs. We got a little late night Celtics and Kangs tonight in Sacramento. All right, this one's for the So Rare moment. Card. So Rare card. Rare card. And then hit me up. Just make sure you shoot me a DM at Mike's Carrier in the Discord if you win this thing. And it is going to Patrick Coyne. Look at this. Yeah. Some 2-team hold OGs taking it down. Nice. Big W's. Big W's. Rigged. I like, no one. Hashtag influencer. We love that. All right. Shoot me a DM and we'll get you those. And Patrick and Jay, guys, thank you. Patrick, Jesus. I saw Patrick just won a thing. Peter and Jay. Thank you guys for everything, for just believing in the stuff that we're doing, for working with us, thinking that we, just being in on it and creating this platform, which literally, like I was saying, blindly throwing darts and just bugging Peter Overzet. So it's nice to have a more formal way to try to figure out how to grow. So we appreciate it, guys.
We're excited for you, Mike, and we're excited for everyone here to see kind of the fruits of all that for Mike. So I think it'll be great.
So we'll for everyone else, it's Tuesday, right? So playback tonight, and then I don't know if Watch Your Work has a show. Tomorrow, though, we'll be back with the morning show, the Cavs, and Shot Tank. But best of luck out there, and enjoy the day. We'll see you. We out.